If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Welcome to the Organic Matrix channel. If you're wondering how mushrooms grow in nature, you found the right video. In this video, we will go over what are spores and where they come from, do mushrooms have gender and how do they reproduce, pinheads and where do they come from, how mushrooms mature and continue their cycle. And make sure to watch till the end for a bonus mushroom fact. In our first episode, Alex and I talked about the amazing properties of mushrooms. Alex said that there's different types of mushrooms that have properties that can help our health in a dynamic way. We even talked about how cordyceps can oxygenate the blood and how Olympic athletes use that for an advantage. We also talked about lion's mane and its neuroregenerative properties. Different mushrooms can help our bodies and benefit our health in many ways. They are magical. Although not all mushrooms make you hallucinate, medical mushrooms are useful because they're potent in their effects for our health, and you can also go to work and drive while you're taking them. Our investigation inspired me to look further into mushrooms and how they grow in nature. This video will also go over what mushrooms' primary process is. The more giant the mushroom, the longer it takes to grow. Mushrooms are in the fungal kingdom. They're not really a plant, they're a fungus. Mushrooms also don't need light to grow. They break down dead and decaying material and extract nutrients from these organic beings, providing the environment and whatever lucky mammals that finds them wonderful nourishment and healing properties. In order for the mushroom to reproduce, they need spores. So here is the gills of the mushroom. The gills are those little divots underneath the cap of the mushroom. The gills release spores when they're ready to expand their terrain. The gills are located under the cap of the mushroom. This allows the spores to let the mycelium travel. The next stage in mushroom development is when the spores germinate with one another. The mushroom's version of haploids are called hyphae, and these hyphae have both genders, male and female. Once the spores hit the ground, the hyphae start looking for each other, pairing in male and female. Once they touch, they reproduce and they transform into mycelium. And they go from hyphal knots to pinheads. Pinheads is when you start seeing the mushroom crowning from the ground. So they're like the baby mushrooms. The iconic cap of the mushroom is actually its adult form, and it's called the fruiting body. Mycelium gather nutrients from the ground around them and pump these nutrients towards the surface of the earth, which is the mushroom cap we see itself. This is a big reason why the fruiting body is the most nutritious part, because the mycelium transfer nutrients. However, all of the nutrients are focused onto this one point so that they can continue the cycle. Once the mushroom matures, its next and final stage is to wait for the environment to trigger it to throw spores again, so that it can, one, travel and build their real estate on their terrain, and two, to stay alive if something threatens their life. Mycelium will continue this cycle until we pick them up. Don't worry, there's an abundance of mycelium. And as I see it, it's a little gift for us. Finally, the bonus tip. If you're interested in the growth of the mushroom and you want to witness this yourself, there are amazing products on Amazon that allow you to buy a substrate of the material they eat and have mycelium already inside of the substrate. Mushrooms, the mushroom that I started growing is a lion's mane mushroom, and I got my mushrooms from a company called Michigan Farms. Here is my lion's mane. So what's amazing is Michigan Mushroom Farm impregnated this beautiful substrate with mycelium that you can see thriving. All of this white stuff here, these are all the mycelium. And here is the fruiting body of the lion's mane. And what's amazing is after finding out the reproductive system of the mushroom, watching it myself grow twice its size every single day with just water amazes me. And if you want to see that experience, or even giving it as a gift to your favorite science fan or biology fan cousin or brother and sister, I really recommend it. I got this one for a very decent price. It's gonna produce 5 pounds of lion's mane mushrooms, and I personally think it's a very fun and beautiful buy, and also nourishing, because these are supposed to be the lobster of the woods, so I'll let you know. It tastes like lobster when I cook it up. If you've gotten value from this video and you feel like you've learned a lot, feel free to like and share. Ready to see more content like this and learn different ways that you can heal and grow your own food at home? Hit the subscribe button, because this is just the beginning. It was great seeing you on this channel, and I'll see you on the next download.